Welcome everyone to another video in our Bryan Fundamentals series, where I try to get better at Bryan day by day and bring you along for the ride. So today is going to be a video that is likely much anticipated. We're going to be finally covering some Taunt fundamentals. So I'm going to first do a disclaimer that I am not the best user of Taunt by a mile. Like, I can do things once in a blue moon. I'll admit my back fours are not bad. But in general, like, I don't taunt Jet Upper all that much in match. I don't have the consistency for it yet, but I have figured out a few things that will hopefully at least get you started when it comes to practicing the move alongside me to try and build that consistency. There's no real trick to it. There are things you can do to make your life easier, but there's no ultimate secret to it that's just going to make you start doing it consistently overnight. You're going to have to build that into your hand, and you're just going to have to be able to crank that out whenever you most need it. Like, for example, my consistency at this point, it's almost like a joke at this point, where it's like I'm more likely to hit a taunt Jet Upper if I'm reading chat, because I'm not actually thinking about it. I have it ingrained in my brain where if I'm not looking and I'm not thinking about it, I can do it. But as soon as I start thinking about it like this, it won't come out, and that's okay. Like, this is going to take some practice, right? But with that being said, let's go ahead and jump into it. We have a few topics to cover today regarding Taunt. So let's start with the basics of this move. Every character in Tekken has a taunt. Bryan's has special properties to it. I think some others might, but Bryan's especially has special properties to it. So this is normally pressed with 1 plus 3 plus 4, and you can also bind it in this game, which is pretty important. And this move will, even though it's so slow, it does two things. The first thing is that if you just let it finish, it's going to do Bryan's taunt power-up. This is what Snake Eyes was based off of for this game, because in the old games, Bryan would get Blue Sparks versions of his moves after finishing a taunt. However, if this knee hits your opponent, this is actually an unblockable move. And if we look at the frames of it, you'll notice that for a brief second there, it'll show that, and I think if I cancel, maybe it'll show it? No, it won't, unfortunately. Oh, there you go. See? Plus 16 frames of advantage. And this is a true plus 16 frames of advantage. So you'll hear people say this in every taunt video, but essentially what that means is that you can do up to a 16 frame move, and it's going to be unblockable for your opponent, and you're going to be able to land it. So if I do, for example, my opponent is set right now to do to block everything. Well, actually, I need to set them to block everything. Currently, they're blocking everything. If I do taunt into a jab, the jab is going to hit because the jab is 10 frames fast, right? And because of that, we can do up to 16 frames fast. So for example, back 4 is 16 frames, standing 3 is 16 frames. Both of these moves, if you time it correctly, which obviously now I'm not going to do it, but if you time them correctly, you're going to be able to land it. And so that is the idea. Now, people obviously want to talk about Taunt Jet Upper, right? And that's the thing about Taunt Jet Upper, is that the reason Taunt Jet Upper is still a just frame input is because even though Jet Upper comes out in 14 frames, it comes out in 14 frames after the back 2 of forward back 2. So Jet Upper itself is forward neutral back 2, right? So you'll know, look in my input history to the left. I mean, going through the obvious right now, but the 14 frames doesn't start counting until that back 2. So because of that, if you want to get the fastest input from neutral, it's going to take 16 frames if you're not buffering. It's because you have 1 frame of forward, 1 frame of neutral, and then once you hit that back 2, that's the 14 frames of the move startup. So it turns into 16 frames. That's why it's a triple just frame or a double just frame, whatever you want to call it. It's very precise. So, similarly with a 16 frame move like back 4, you have to get the exact frame that the taunt hits in order for the 16 frames of startup to coincide with the advantage and become a unblockable move. So it's a single frame window to input back 4, and it's a single frame window to input Jet Upper, but Jet Upper also has to be frame perfect for those 3 inputs. So, with all that out of the way, I will teach you one of the methods that I used to learn Jet Upper that helped me. For starters, we're going to have to learn how to use the input history on our left. And by the way, Notorious, I did see you. Good to see you, by the way. It's always great to see you. So first we have to learn how to read the input history on our left. So obviously we have these various buttons that are going to show up in sequence. That makes sense, right? That's the buttons we've been pressing. The numbers next to the button indicate how many frames that we held the button for. So for example, we'll use that as an example, right? You'll notice that I pressed taunt 1 + 3 + 4, and I held that for 4 frames. And then for 25 more frames after that, I had neutral, and then I pressed a button. What this means is that I pressed taunt, and 29 frames later, I pressed jab. In order for things to be, and that's how you'll know that in this situation, I pressed my back 4. If I pressed back 4 instead of jab, rather, I would have been too late. Because you need to do it 28 frames after. So let's actually use back 4 as this example, right? Actually, I'm going to use standing 3, because standing 3 is also 16 frames and doesn't require a directional input. So it makes it, and this is a good way to practice and get the timing of the move. So if you use standing 3, you'll look here, I pressed taunt on 1 + 3 + 4 for 5 frames, and then there's 23 frames of neutral, right? It doesn't matter how long you press the taunt versus how long the neutral frames are. You just add those two up, and you end up with 28. You want it to be 28 every time you're going for back 4 or taunt jet up, or otherwise the move is not going to hit, right? And then I press standing 3. If I do back 4, you'll notice that I messed it up this time. If we add the taunt, which is 4, and the neutral, which is 25, 29 frames. 1 frame slow, right? I'll give it another. And this time, 3 + 25, you'll note on the left, is 28. So that one worked. I'll give an example of a bad version. Something like this, right? So this one has 2 things wrong with it. The first one is that taunt is 1 + 3 + 4 for 4 frames, 26 frames of neutral. So that adds up to 30. We're 2 frames slow. But also there's something wrong with the back 4. You'll notice that I pressed back for 1 frame, and then I pressed back 4. So that back 4 needs to happen on the exact same frame. See? That time I was 1 frame slow, but you see, you need that very first button input that you see to be back 4 together. It has to be pressed at the same time, otherwise your move is going to come out at a delay, because you're going to have a frame of back versus a frame of the button, right? So let's do it correctly here. This is what you want it to look like. You want to have you want to have a total of 28 frames of taunt with that 3 + 25, and then immediately back and 4 happened at the same time. That's how you know you did it correctly. Similarly with jet upper, and I'm not going to try this too many times under the pressure, but if I can hopefully get the right input to come out. Last try. So, finally, if you look here, you have 3 frames of taunt, 25 frames of neutral. Again, 28 frames. Perfect. If you look at taunt, the jet upper input, it's similar. You need to have 1 frame of forward, 1 frame of neutral, 1 frame of back 2. And using that, that is what you will use to figure out if your jet upper input is correct. And if you are holding the forward for too long, hold it less. If you're doing too much of a neutral input, too many frames of neutral, you got to go from forward to back faster. You know, if your back 2 is if you're getting a back input before your back 2, you need to press your 2 faster. It's stuff like that, just like to get used to cleaning up your jet upper into that perfect forward, neutral, back 2 input. So these are basics that we are trying to use within the game to perfect our move. All right. Now, you want to hear some practice for, rhythm for real, Hundo. And we are going to get to, you have no idea, we're about to get to something. So I'm going to show you some notes on my screen now. Okay. And this is what I call taunt BPM. So let's talk specifically about taunt back. Let's talk about taunt back 4 first, which is the one below for the bottom half of the screen right now. So taunt back 4, you have to press on frame 28. We talked about this, right? So this is pretty simple. Now, 28, frame 28, if we talk about what that means, frames are 60 frames in a second, okay? So if you hear like, FPS, 60 FPS, a game running at 60 FPS, that's what this is. This is 60 frames per second. That means every second there are 60 different like images or frames of the game being displayed. The more frames you have, the smoother the game looks. It's not the fewer frames you have, frame drops and stuff like that, the game starts to look like a slideshow, right? So the game measures moves in frames. On the 28th frame, so when we press taunt, we've said that we have to, on the 28th frame after taunt, we have to press back 4. So if we divide 28 frames by the 60 frames that are happening within a second, and if you follow, that's the second line from the bottom, that comes out to 2.1428 repeat, like something, right? About 2.14. That's how many beats are going to happen in a second. Now, if we talk about metronomes and music for a minute here, metronomes and music is timed in beats per minute, not beats per second. So if we want to turn that beats per second into minutes, we just multiply it by 60 seconds and you get 128 and a half, basically, beats per minute. So what I'm going to do now is, like, I just Googled metronome, and Google actually has a metronome. I'm going to set this to 128 BPM, and I want you to listen to this for a second. Let me know if you can hear this, by the way. You should be able to hear that. That's 128 BPM. We can also do 129, which is unappreciably different. Like, it's not really the same. It's the same. So it's pretty much the same, right? Cool. So now, what I'm going to do is taunt, backward, taunt, button, taunt, button. You have to do with that rhythm, right? Taunt, button, taunt, button, taunt, button. Perfect. See? Like, if you use this, you can use this to train your taunt in 3. Taunt 3. Taunt 3. And you can use it to also, and that will be like a good way to try and train your reactions. I'm actually going to show you something even cooler though. So if I go back to character selection, I'm going to restart the metronome so that it's in time. Notice something? This song, the biggest coincidence ever. This is exactly 128 BPM. That's very rare. There's not many just like legit, faster than 120 BPM songs. They're usually going to be exactly at 120 BPM. But this happens to be exactly around the same speed that we need it to be to practice taunt back 4. See? It's very close. So you could actually set your stage music to this song. You could set your stage music to this song if you wanted to practice the rhythm for taunt. So, with that being said, I'm going to now turn off that metronome for a second here. Okay, so now let's talk about jet upper, because you can actually use this for jet upper as well, because the problem with jet upper is that you have to press forward on that timing, right? And that's kind of, to me, that's like a little bit, it's a little bit weird that you have to time it with the forward, because I know that's what, like, Jimmy, for example, he's known quoting saying, like, oh, just press 1 frame of forward on 28, 1 frame of neutral, 1 frame of back 2. And it's just like, oh, okay, yeah, easy, just like time it if you have a perfect jet upper. But like having something else to anchor yourself to is useful. So let's do a taunt. You might have to take my word for it on this taunt math if I don't get this. Yeah, I'm not gonna get it. Oh, there it is. Anyway, I'm gonna close this for a second, and I just want you to notice. Let's do the math here, right? So if we have 28 frames of neutral, that means on the 28th frame we're pressing forward. 29th frame we're pressing back. Neutral, and then on the 30th frame we're pressing back 2. Okay. Yeah, Big German, it's a huge coincidence. So after taunt, 30 frames later, we press back 2. So on the 30th frame, the button comes out for jet upper. On the 28th frame, it comes out for back 4. This is why that sometimes you'll hear like, oh, like pro Bryan players, they can hit jet upper really well, but they can't hit back 4. It's because the timings are 2 frames off for the button press. That's going to throw you off in the middle of a match. Like a 2 frame difference is so hard to really have that dialed in, right? So if we look at their math though, if we're pressing on frame 30, that means if we do the same math that we did before, 60 frames divided by 30 is even 2 beats per second. Multiply by 60 to hit a minute, you get 120 BPM. Beats per minute. So 120 BPM is one of the most common tempos and speeds for music. So unfortunately, there are so many songs you can find. I'm not going to find an example for you because I don't want this to get demonetized or like muted. Since I haven't been able to find Tekken game music that perfectly matches up, though Jin's theme from Tekken 3 is rather close. I think you can find something a little bit more appropriate if you just keep Googling around. And the best way to do it is you just match up the metronome with the music and make sure the beats match. With that being said, though, this is 120 BPM. So I'm first going to show you 128 again, so that because I know it's been a second. So this is 128. And then if we slow it down a bit to 120. So when we are using this to practice, now it's still the buttons. It's going to be taunt, back 2. All right, taunt, back 2. 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 And if you do that, taunt, back 2, you essentially want the back 2. So you'll notice that I'm actually doing it correctly from a timing perspective, where you have 4 plus 24 plus 1 plus 1 is 30. That's great. That's what we want. However, the stick movements are off, right? But if you can anchor your button presses, taunt, back 2, and then just get your stick movement correct, then eventually you'll be able to get it. And then taunt, back 2. Taunt, back 2. Taunt, back 2. I'm gonna probably make a fool of myself trying to make this work, but that's the idea. Taunt, back 2. Taunt, back 2. Taunt, back 2. So obviously now that I'm trying to do it, you're seeing that I'm messing it up, but taunt, back 2. But the idea is that essentially you can take the back 2 input and just like, if you're familiar with music, you stick a grace note on the front with your forward, taunt, back 2, right? Taunt, back 2. And the idea is that you will be able to kind of a little bit more consistently hit these, or at least give you another way to practice the timing. And the reason for this, the reason that I suggest this is that essentially you want to practice both ends of the timing. You want to practice having a strong 28 frame press for your back 4s, and you also want to have a strong frame 30 press for your jet uppers. And then if you have both of those kind of like ingrained into your brain, you'll be able to a little bit more solidly like get it into your muscle memory, and it'll be stronger, right? There you go. So like if I don't talk, I can do it. But like, the idea, but you see, that's the idea. It's like you just use that metronome, and then if you can hear a favorite song and you've got a good rhythm, you can even hear that song while you're doing it, and you'll be able to get it out a little bit faster. So yeah, that's what I would start by saying. Now, as far as practicing the move goes, you first start by just getting that timing, right? Just start by getting that timing, and then after that, I would say practice triple taunting and doing the same timing. So now it's still timing from the first taunt, right? If we triple taunt, sorry, I did it earlier. If we triple taunt, or I guess I double taunted here, you can still check your frames here, and you just add everything from the first taunt. So see, 2 plus 1 plus 4 plus 21, that equals 28 again. So that means we did it correctly. Obviously, we did it correctly because we hit it. So that's the idea. It's like once you can do it once with one taunt, practice doing it with a triple taunt, because triple taunt is going to be important. Now, with that being said, let's segue into why that's important. So if we go to the wall here, I'm going to set my opponent. We're going to go to the wall, set my opponent to do an ukemi if he's not already doing it. He is. So, let's see. Oops. So, this is why you do a triple taunt. So if I back up real quick, we are at the wall. And the common wall setup for Bryan that will actually be a true taunt setup is going to be back 2-1, forward 1+2. And immediately after that, you start pressing your taunt. You can basically buffer it in the sense that you can press it and it'll start coming out, right? Now, this is something you also need to practice for that reason. The thing though is that the taunt's not going to land, and that's because taunt is linear until you press it multiple times. So if I instead do triple taunt, all of a sudden it hits, and you'll notice it's because I pressed taunt multiple times. This is a good time to talk about bindings. There's two in the old games. You would hold 3+4, and then you would hold 3+4, and then you would tap 1 multiple times to get that multiple taunt input. You look at my my input screen over there, and you'll see I'm holding 3+4 very early during the animation of his forward 1+2, so it doesn't turn into an actual move. And then I tap 1 multiple times. I'm getting old, and my hands hurt. So because of that, when Tekken 8 came out, I was very excited to switch to just a single button bind so that I can just press it 3 times and not worry about it. So that's my preference, but if you want to play on like an arcade or like do the traditional way, that would be the traditional way to buffer it without a input buffer, because pressing 1+3+4 multiple times is kind of dangerous because you might get like 3+4 or anything like that. See, like it's kind of hard to do. So the bind is clean, and holding 3+4 and then just pressing the one button multiple times is another way to do it. Data away. Good morning. Welcome to the stream. We are doing some taunt fundamentals right now, and it's a longer explanation today. So, all right. So all that being said, let's talk about our taunt setups, and then we'll go from there. So, like I said, there's like a few taunt setups in this game. The best way to, if you want to lab whether or not something is a taunt setup, what I would suggest doing is setting their second action to backdash. Backdash will show you if this is a real taunt or not based off whether the taunt hits. So for example, I'm going to use this one. It hits, right? So that's real. Let's use another classic one. Let me give myself this so that we have our snake eyes. Oh look, he backdashed out of it. This is why people tell you that 1+2, 1 is not a real taunt setup. So let's try the other one. It misses. See, another example probably is this. Also not real. See, so like this is why we talk about this one probably being the best example of a taunt setup at the wall, because that one you can't backdash out of it, so it's like a real setup, right? That really just means that you're going to catch your opponent right as they stand up, so they don't have an opportunity to get out. Gotcha. Oh, it's meant to be. It's tray. Gotcha. The tray way. Gotcha. That makes sense. Okay, so now other stuff that you could do. I think this one works. This is like an old school combo, but you'll notice it deals less damage. So 36 versus 53, right? So you probably want to do this, but this one doesn't hit as consistently in certain situations. So if you really wanted that taunt, you could do that. I think you can also do 1-2 probably. No, you cannot. So he has to be jabbing to down back 1+2. Oh, thank you so much. I'm really glad that you found the YouTube stuff useful, and thank you so much for the Prime sub. I really appreciate it. So that's at the wall. There's not really anything else to say at the wall, with the exception of if you taunt, you have time. So let's say our opponent is not Sidukeming, and they're instead doing a spring kick, right? You'll notice that these are in separate sections of the wake up, and that's partially because they come out at different timings. So if we do this, and I'm taunting, you can actually react. Oh my gosh, maybe did with the 5 gifted subs too. Thank you so much, man. Thank you so much. So you'll notice that we actually have time during the taunt to observe what our opponent does, right? So if I don't see my opponent immediately tech rolling, then I can start blocking, right? And because of that, you can get a launch. Similarly, if our opponent decides to do, like, just stay on the ground, right? You can also... Nothing? Down 4. The idea is that you could sort of... thank you so much, Maybe Div. Got a hype train going. So, the idea here is that you can react to what your opponent is doing. Once you develop, like, once you get used to the situation, you can react to what your opponent is doing, pretty much no matter what. Like, there are some exceptions to this, but, like, the idea is that you can see if they taunt, if they tech roll and actually go for it, and if they don't, you can consider doing a down 4 or just blocking the spring kick, and you can try and go from there. Is 3 taunts bufferable? Yes and no. So, no matter how many times I press taunt, he does the single animation. So in that sense, it's not bufferable in the sense that it's not bufferable in that sense, but you just keep pressing it and it starts to track, right? That's my understanding of the move. In addition to that, I don't think you can do like if I do, let's set him back to Ukemi, right? So I pressed it much earlier, right? And I only got a single taunt. So I'm pretty sure the second and third taunts need to happen during the animation of the taunt. That was my understanding of it. So the first one's bufferable, but you have to press the other ones while the taunt is happening. That's how I understood it. So it's still timing. Yes, you're still going to have to practice it. But the point being that that's the importance of doing a triple taunt. And heck, if your opponent sidesteps, you're going to catch him too. Now let's talk about a few of the other situations where you can do a taunt. So I'm going to give you a few. And remember, he's set to do a backdash right now, so you will see that some of these are not real, okay? I'll give you the first one. That's an example. Everyone is familiar with this situation, right? Where if you do this, you can catch him, potentially, with that. However, if they do a side Ukemi, they should be able to get away from it. Let me try it with side Ukemi right. And it might be the size of his... Yeah, there you go. See? So if we do this instead, you can try and taunt them. Granted, this backdash is going to throw things off because this is not real. Ty has mentioned this before too in his taunt video, that this is actually a bit of a knowledge check. It's not a true 50-50 because you have the chance to get out with that backdash. But just pointing out that there is like a pseudo 50-50 associated with this. Now you notice I have backdash on. This move, on the other hand, if you do it correctly, should be able to. Let's see. Okay, actually, no, this one's not real either. But I'm getting them mixed up. However, it's the same situation as the 1+2/2. Where you can, if they don't know and they're not able to get out, you still have enough plus frames to go for it, right? Now, what is real, same with the while standing 3-4. Let me show you that. This one also is not real. But sometimes you can get it, right? But the idea... See, they can get away. So, however, this setup specifically, and this is why you'll see Jimmy do this so many times, it's still a 3-way mix-up. Because you can do that if they try to backdash. If they try to mash as well, because you can mash out of this. Like, let's look at the plus frames of this, right? Plus 29 frames. So because of that, yes, but the problem is that you have to dash up. So because of that, you don't actually get the full 29 frames, and because of that, they could mash out of it. In addition to this, yes, they can mash out of it, but if you do this, you can just do this and try and catch them with a counter hit at that point, and that's the frame trap. So that one's not real either, but these are all things to keep in mind. I'll show you the one that's actually real is this. So I think I have to do 4-2-1-2-3, if I remember correctly, is the one that flips them in the air. It's real. See, so this is what they were talking about, where this actually buffed the move and made it quite good, because the move is rather before had pretty bad like frames associated with it, so it's like kind of risky to do it. All of them were like punishable after the third hit or something. But this one, now that it's more safe, you can actually use this to set up taunt if you want to. I didn't do my triple taunt correctly there. But that's the only one that's like a true setup in the neutral. Wow, I'm not doing that correctly at all. There we go. But the idea is that you can practice this one. I have not practiced this one. But this one's real. I'm pretty sure. So you just have, but that one you're just gonna have to practice your timing. Now, the last one I'll show, and I don't think I did this right. It is. You can try and set up this specific situation in a lot of situations, like against the wall. So for example, if we restart and go to the wall here, and I do something weird like this, you know. Yeah, something like... See, you can use this to try and catch them at the wall. And this is what Jimmy has done to a lot of people in tournaments, where he'll do this to save the wall immediately into a taunt. So that's actually a pretty good one to set up as well, but it's situational. And then of course the last way that you can taunt someone is just, like, let's say I set my opponent to do standing block into down forward 1 or something like that, right? So he does standing block and then down forward 1. That's down forward 2. We'll just do this. Something like that, right? So normally you could do like this. You could do like, oh wow. Do I need to do a different thing? Let me just do jab. I didn't realize that one would track. So let's just do this. So for example, I can do this and try to launch him, right? But notice how it's kind of inconsistent. Like, you have to be really fast with it, and it's like not really worth it at that point. So what you could do is sidestep into taunt. And that's what they talk about pros being good at like doing this. But the thing is, to do it, you have to, you'll notice if I do sidestep into taunt, I'll get a grab. It's something weird about the buffering system. So to get it to actually grab, you have to tap back. Because if you can also tap forward, I think. But basically you have to tap something to kind of get out of the sidestep, so that you can actually get the back to neutral and do this taunt. So you could do something like that, right? Something like that. So that's hard to do, but that's like the last like kind of real way you can try and taunt people. And one of the reasons it's good is that like if you're in this situation, all of a sudden they're kind of what's the word? They're kind of off axis, and because of that, it's going to be hard for them to backdash as effectively. Because if you just taunt at someone in the open like this, they can run away. It's not that long range of the move. Like even from like here, it won't hit. You know, like maybe from here it'll hit. No, it doesn't even hit. So it's like the idea is if you get them sidestepped off axis, they won't be able to backdash effectively. Like if I try to instead record him doing jab into backdash, maybe let's see. Something like that. Like, I think you'll still get away, but you'll notice that the distance that it's covered is different, right? So it's like, so he runs away and he's really far away, right? But if we instead do, notice how like it's slower. It still hit. See? That's pretty cool. And that's why sidestep into jut upper is good. See? So that's kind of the idea. It's like good Bryans can do that specifically. It's very hard to do, but the idea is that you generate a little bit of off axis, and now they can't backdash out of it. So that is all of the situations that I'm aware of. Be sure, please let me know if there's anything that I missed, but this is what we're going to practice today. Is we're just going to practice setting up those situations and trying to make them work in real matches. So let's go ahead and turn on our matchmaking. Thank you for sitting through that extremely long intro, much longer than usual. Of course, to reiterate, as always, we are not going to force this situation. We're going to have to still play our rather methodical style of like outboxing with down 4, getting up close with down back 3. Seeing what our opponent's doing, seeing what works best against that opponent. Like this June, probably want to be further away. Oh, she's just chilling. I'm going to give her a second. But the idea is that when we have those situations, or when we're trying to set them up, we can set them up and try and use them. Oh, wow. Down jab into that on whiff. But anyway, we can still try and set the situations up when we get the opportunity, and we're going to be focusing on paying attention to it, right? Alright. Okay. This person has already shown us two very aggressive things. They did down jab into wall rising 2 for the launcher, and then they did, they immediately, after our down 2, went for a hop kick. So it's like they do not respect our frames at all, and that's okay. Or really our moves at all, is rather. Nice. Good ender. So because of that, we can start ending our moves on a little bit of a delay, and it should work. Lots of moves, that's okay. Oh, it still got me. I went to the wrong way. So, as you see, we're still not... oh, you can while standing 1 at the wall if they recovery kick. That's true, yeah. You can also sidestep it. There's that press from before. Alright, let's do our ender now. Okay, we messed it up, but you notice that they did tech roll. They did tech rolls, and we didn't get our back 4. That's okay. But the idea is that we should be paying attention to their tech tendencies, right? I finished it because they've been pressing, and you notice that they're still pressing. Okay. Oh, nice. Okay. I was trying to come in and just like tap him with a down 4. Trying to tap him with that down 4, but they actually saw me come in and immediately did a heat smash, which I think is actually rather reasonable because they were using it as like a keep out basically. Okay, not bad. But yeah, Big Germ, I did see. That is a good point. She's trying to set up that situation against us because she's been doing the sidestep version. Again with the tech rolls. I'm gonna try it again. Oops. You'll see that the range of that move is actually like rather short, right? But I think it was worth going for it. Again, see, more hop kicks after we press. So that's like something just to keep in mind, that they're more in the mode of pressing, so we should be more in the mode of frame trapping. Nice, I did the wrong punish there. That's alright. What, interesting duck. They did the hop kick again there. Oh, I tried to punish, not punish, interrupt. So she has that heat smash there, so I'm trying to like aggressively. I'm trying to aggressively like sidestep basically to get around it. I'm just gonna orbital here because she's been jabbing. I'm gonna go for a mock punch here. Try again. Oops. Alright, so one thing that we can also consider doing is doing easier taunts in order to like push damage if they just have a low health, right? She's actually kind of slowing down a bit, which is great. Good punish, good patience from them. Wow. Nice. I did a down back 3 there because they'd been, oh my gosh, nice. I did a down back 3 there because they had been respecting the down 4-2. So I was like, okay, I'll just take a down back 3 here. But they picked the right time to do the hop kick, so they got us. Good choice there. They leveled up before I was even ready to. Went to the next level before I was ready. Good stuff.
Round one. Fight.
They do double can. I don't think I can react to it in this game, right? Like, no matter what. Ooh, I missed the kill there, but you see they tech roll so we can do a 10 frame. Don't you have to hard read double can in this game, Gloomy, or am I wrong? Oh, they're doing that a lot in that situation, huh? Sure. Okay. That was supposed to be up forward 3 plus 4. That's okay. Oh, nice. Oh, they wall spot. My bad. Their presses are still very good.
Round three. Fight.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, I haven't really... There it was once. Yeah, I saw it after the sidestep as well. Got him with something tricky there. Let's try it again. Oops. Okay. Okay. Kind of thought they might do that. Oh man. These can-canks do come out very quickly, so I'm, like, very often. So I need to be careful, like Gloomy is pointing out. Honestly, my opinion on it is, like, rather than hard reading, like, maybe I should be hard reading it, but in my opinion, it's like, if we are already, like, pushing damage with pokes and stuff, I think just more mids and fewer lows might be the way to do it. Okay. Okay. But either way, we got it. So you'll notice that we didn't get a lot of taunts, partially because we didn't take him to the wall that much. And this is what I mean, where it's like forcing the situation isn't really necessarily like worth anything. Though one situation that we can try and do today, when we're playing up close, is we can try and like essentially practice doing side steps into jet upper. It's okay. Like we can also even just do side steps into taunt 1-4, to be honest. Or taunt back 4, because if you have taunt back 4 into Mach Punch, that's also a pretty strong link, right? You can get a free heat dash off of it. It's not bad, right? So it's something we can think about. This looks a little bit like, is this Hunter x Hunter or is this Harley Quinn? Oh, I didn't hold back, I guess. Wow, I'm just getting hit by everything. Just getting hit by everything. Nice. 4-tooth strings. So this Nina is playing rather aggressively. That was a nice low parry. That was a really good block. Whoa! She sidestepped after that. That's cool. That was the first time we blocked it, so I guess I didn't really know what she was gonna do. Nice. Wow, she went for that. She would have died if we blocked it. I tried to duck. Okay. They've got a plan. That's fine. Yeah, I went for jabs there because I thought, okay, maybe she's going to be aggressive here. She went for the sweep, so she's got me pretty well read right now. Okay. Okay. Ooh, we got him. So, what I'm trying to do is just keep her away, basically. I want her to be thinking about those down fours. Alright, I went for an orbital there because I wanted them to be a bit discouraged to do those lows. Oh, that's plus. Okay. Oh, I thought I was blocking. I was not. Dang, they got it. Okay. I was not. I think I got up right at the end. But the idea is that we were trying to keep out Nina. You'll notice that they actually slowed down because they're wary of those keep out moves. So we're going to continue to use these quarter circle back ones and one quarter circle forward one plus twos to kind of like force the issue. Oh my gosh, they did it again. We can launch that if they but you'll notice that they're actually using a lot of small pokes to try and stress us out, and then hitting us with like the big mids and stuff like that. So if we just like play this game of like kind of, ooh, nice. If we're just playing this game of like a little bit methodical with our pokes and stuff, and trying to like do these down back threes into you know this and stuff, we'll probably be able to get some traction. Oh wow, I did a down forward too, so I guess that's faster. They did a low into that too. Maybe the low's plus. They're slow. You'll notice that when they have the advantage here, they actually just start blocking a lot. Ooh, nice. They did it again. Okay, maybe I do that a lot, or maybe they're just ready for it. Okay, I'm not worried. Wow. Oh yeah, that's can opener. I need to be able to. You need to be able to low parry that on reaction. Okay. Good timing so far. They're slowing down a bit. That's fine. Oh wow, they still clipped us. That's too bad. I knew their thing was like winding down a bit. Okay, nice. Nice. We're alive. I'm gonna orbital here. I don't know. Kind of an idea. Again with this power crush on our approach, which I kind of like. I'm gonna keep that in mind if we get to the next round. Just pressing. I mean, just blocking. You'll notice that they have a very like interesting style of like, now I'm blocking, now I'm pressing. So we're gonna try and keep that in mind. I'm going to backdash and block low. Here's come. Oh man, I still wasn't able to block it. That's wild. I'm gonna do 2 of these just to see if they do anything. Oh, I didn't break it. That's okay. Oh, I messed it up. Nice. I'm going for Hatchet here. Oh, we're right. We won. So the idea is, like, we have to, like, basically identify that our opponent is playing defensively here, offensively there, and essentially, if we can identify our role correctly in both of those situations, we'll be able to win these rounds. Like, it's kind of hard to notice it. Nice low parry. But, like, that's the idea. It's like we need to, because this Nina plays, like, kind of, I wouldn't say obviously, but just, like, it's very clear if which mode she's in right now. Like, there she was in offensive mode, right? I'm just gonna do it again. I know she low parries a lot, but I want her to be thinking about it, and we had the frames to spare there. And just, like, being very methodical with it because we know she's going to be, like, in defensive mode. There's a down 4-2. Nice. But see, I'm, like, playing very, small is the word I would use. Sure. Oops. Got another of these sidesteps. These sidestep back fours are helping a lot. I'm doing the back four specifically because it pushes back, so we're kind of okay. We're kind of okay if we get it blocked, right? Because it pushes back. There's the low parry finally. I'm just going to do this here. Oh, nice sidestep. I was going to try and frame drop a bit. Yeah, exactly. The push back makes it good enough. Sure. I don't mind if you go in. Now I'm going to go in. So we survived it. And we unfortunately blocked their promotion too.
Get ready for the next battle.
But you'll notice that these down fours and these down back threes and stuff, they're still useful. They just are kind of hard to... They're just hard to maybe cycle between. And we need to keep practicing that. So what I will be practicing here is sidestep taunt. Because that's something that I don't do a lot. And it's something that can be added to our game plan over time. I mean, we can even do that, right? Like, that's fine. That's pretty reasonable.
Get ready for the next battle.
Tekken King Bryan Mirror. Alright, let's see what this person's made of. Ooh, they got the Jimmy costume. I'm gonna give them some space first. Okay. Why did I do down 4 there? That was a little bit foolish. Alright, they went for taunt, so I'm gonna stay on the ground for a second. Oh, I forgot. That's another setup if they stay on the ground. Okay, that's fine. They guessed right there, and I think that's actually pretty smart. I don't know. I think, there's not really much you can do in that situation, which is why Bryan's so good. Because he has an option for both. But if we can beat him out in the neutral, that'll be pretty good. I'm going to give him some space again. Oops. Alright, you'll notice that I'm kind of trying to play from a certain distance. Wow, he ducked? What? That's kind of crazy. Oh, dang. He tried. They tried. Let's do down back 3 here. I don't know. Okay. I'm gonna do this combo. Oh, it doesn't break the wall in that situation. Okay. Interesting to know. That was supposed to be a upward 3+4. We would have gotten the... I think we would have gotten the win from there. I for sure thought we could break the wall with that setup, but apparently not. Isn't that wild? Okay. So if they're doing 3+4 there, oops, we can actually sidestep. Oh my gosh, I suck. Yeah, it works if they stay grounded. The down 3+4, 2. That's unfortunate. Sure. You notice that trying to keep their distance, and that's okay. Oh, nice. You'll also notice that after specifically down 4, they press a lot. They've not really been letting the down 4s through, and I like that. That's a good thing. See? Lots of moves coming out. Okay, sure. Nice. You'll see that, like, essentially, I'm trying to not overcommit to this matchup. That's where my mindset's at, right? Yeah, that's... Bryan having the while standing 3 does mean you have to be a little bit careful with when you choose to wake up. Again, I'm going to send him to the wall here. I'm just going to go for this in case he's going to, you know, do a sidestep or something. And it's like a Jimmy tech, right? Sure. I'm just going to do this. Sure. Alright, not bad. You'll see that, they're very ready to throw out a move to, like, get us off of them. Sure. Okay, they got it. I wasn't able to tech roll in time, I guess. Sometimes it'll just work. Interesting decision. Sure. Oh no, I tried to do sidestep heat smash. We're dead. They got it. Nice. They got it. Good stuff. What did they do? They did orbital. They did orbital and it tracked my sidestep. That's really cool. Orbital has been, to me, not that consistent with the linearity of it. Has been kind of an issue for me. But it's cool to see that it caught going that direction. There's that jab. Nope. See how they did a quarter circle back 1 and then did a 3+4 and we sidestepped it rather well. Oh my gosh, I suck. Taunt snake edge, that's fine. So they're feeling it, that's alright. Okay, sure. Into down 1. I'm actually learning a few of these, like, pretty interesting flowcharts that you can do. And I really like it. Like, that's pretty cool. That you can do that into down jab. nice, I missed. Whoa, he did soccer kick this time. Oh, and I can't even rage art there. What the heck? We suck. We suck. I tried to rage art. Where's your favorite move? Nice. Give him some space here. I kind of don't want it to lose. Okay. Nice. The back one was pretty good. I forgot that that would happen, so I went for, I think, a 3+4, which was slower. Okay, sure. That's fine. I think we're dead, but the scaling might work in our favor. I'm not sure. Nice. All right, they got it. Good games to them. Good games to them. So, I think the big mistake that we made, to a degree, was we didn't down 4 them enough. We didn't stress them out enough, while also switching to, like, stopping their keep out moves. Because I was playing rather methodically, but they were throwing out big moves and we weren't. On paper, that means the big moves are going to win if they hit enough, and they're going to lose if they don't. That sounds like that's kind of obvious, you know, if you say it out loud. But the idea is that we needed to force some form of whiff baiting against those moves as they throw them out, right? Like, they were going to go for big Tekken no matter what. Like, oh, a little bit of a distance here, back one. They're going to, a little bit of distance here, quarter circle forward, 1+2. And that's something that we needed to get more whiffs going on in order for it to work out in our favor. There's another situation. All right, stayed on the ground, right? Oh my gosh. Flubbed the combo a little bit. That's all right. I know they're going to go a little bit crazy. Nice. The jab was the mistake there. I should have just immediately heat bursted. All right. They like that sweep. Did that just in case. Just in case it broke the wall. Just gonna do that. Ooh, nice. Okay. I'm gonna go for this normal throw here. Oh, he went under it. Nice. I was like gonna try and catch like a power crush or something. Interesting. I don't think we're gonna die from this, but we are gonna be at a pretty low health. Probably like a single mix-up. Maybe even 2. Oh, nice. Okay, cool. So he went for a roundhouse high. Good to know. Alright. Okay. So went for a mid there. So I think, honestly, the part where we want to be, like, kind of changing up what we're doing is we need to put some more of these 2+4 throws into our game plan. Like this, see? Can you get up? Okay. Nice. What the heck? Wow! Nice jab. So he can use that. That's the most aggressive I've seen Raven clones use before, and I really like it. Oh, back turn double kicks is minus a million. Thanks, Shinjuker. But I didn't realize he can use it to like reduce the damage by much as he's doing. Because that's the part that I was like, oh, okay, like we'll just like stop it. But I didn't realize he just basically can just get away for free. All right, we're dead. Cool. Good morning, good morning. Alright, I learned something about Raven counters there, because that's the most I've seen a Raven counter, so now we know. I know he's got the back turn parry, the back turn parry, but I didn't realize how, like, infallible is the word I would use. I thought you could just, like, just do a low. I didn't realize that even lows, you can just jump over it, or just get away from it. Alright, we're gonna play this. Oops. Okay. They're playing a little aggressively all of a sudden, that's alright. Kind of forcing this back turn mix up, which is fine. Okay. Raging Rage Cage. We are trying to practice taunts when they come up, but it really depends on if it comes up, basically. Sure. If they want to play this game, we have a higher EV than them. There is the taunt setup, potentially. That throw's good. Also, we need to remember to keep using our normal throws. Normal throws are very good in this matchup, just to try and like keep them honest, catch them from moving like this. Look at how good this is. This is crazy. Nice. Good choice there, though. Okay, went straight into the power crush. See, I'm trying to take my turn back with these throws so he can't power crush through him. I'm just gonna go for this. Wow, got me. Nice. We're living. As we learn this, I'm gonna do an orbital here. I just got a feeling. I was wrong, but it's a feeling. You should listen to your feelings. Alright, he's out of heat, so that's good. We'll take that. Another low? No. And see, these throws are actually not bad for like taking turn back because he might go for the power crush. I'm gonna go for this. Wow. He really went for it. That's crazy. The side set, though, I think maybe was ill-advised from ourselves. Okay. We are getting mixed up a bit. One of the best ways to try and not the infinite down 4, right? It's good. One of the best ways to get away from this stuff, oh my gosh, is to stay on the ground a little longer. Wow, we lived. We lived! So, pretty sloppy stuff. From my side. If we're being perfectly honest. But the idea is that notice how like we can kind of get people off of us with pressure just by using normal throws. That's one of the things. That's not the lesson today. But it's getting us a lot of help. Okay, that's fine. Again, there's a lot of this, like, oh, take my turn into a power crush. Okay. Okay. I kind of stood there and took the misses up. I wanted to see what else they would do there. See? Went for the power crush there. this is a very good way to kind of try and catch their dishonesty. Though they did go for it again. Okay. It's almost like they just want to use the move even though we're shutting it down. I'm actually very, I'm very intrigued. Is probably the best way to say it. Okay. Yeah, I wonder why. That's so weird. But he's going straight into the stance, so we can start challenging with Fort 3. Okay, they're going for it. Again with the throw to keep him off of us. Okay. Oh, we got him. If we do this right. Nope, we didn't do it right. That's okay. Nice. They did start, you'll notice that they started to slow down a lot in that round. Okay. Alright, again with the Power Crush is catching me in situations where I'm trying to take my turn normally instead of with a throw. Okay, they got us. Good stuff. They waited a bit, I like that. So they won, but honestly I think we were... I would say that we were more, like, we had more of a chance against this Raven than we have in the past. And I think that's partially because the throws really help us keep him off of us in a way that, like, stunts the offense. So I think that's pretty good. And now it's just a matter of, like, having the actual, not the, yeah, punishes on lock and, like, kind of understanding more of how we can get through it. You like the throw attack? It's so good. It is probably the best innovation Jimmy did, for sure. It's like clinching and boxing. Yeah, I like that idea. I like that analogy a lot. How's it going, LD Wells? So as you can see, like, it's actually taunts don't come up all that often when we play. Sure. Sure. Trying to catch my stepping. I like that. And we do a down 4 and he immediately does a back 1. So that's the first thing that I've noticed. Can we get him from here? Oh, nope. Not if we do it like that. We're trying to do the Mr. Smith-ender. Sure, sidestep's fine. Okay, sure. Oh, I tried to orbital under. Over, rather. Notice how the down 4s generate a very aggressive response from our opponent, which is why we're going for that. Nice. And they're also trying to, like, I think, use open timing against us. Okay. Okay, nice. I like that. Oh. Nice. some pretty good reads on our opponent here. They were trying to play some like Bryan mind games where they'll like go to 4 machine guns only and stuff. I didn't think they had the guts to actually finish it and throw the round. So I just like punished on the 4, which can be very tilting for a Bryan. Ooh, we might demote him. There's that side set they've been doing at the beginning of the rounds. I'm gonna do this and back up. Yeah. Oh no. I'm gonna go for this. It's fine. Nice. Thank you. I'm gonna orbital here. Ooh. They did do something different, but they didn't do something that orbital beats. That's alright. Alright, this is not real. Are they gonna tech here? They are. I went for this because of the wall carry. Good hold of the blocks. I just wanted to push him further to the wall. Okay. More aggression from our opponent. They are getting a little bit, maybe predictable is the word I would use. But in the sense that they're very much just like plus frame, low, plus frame, low. So being able to shut that down was useful.
Get ready for the next battle.
Like, you can do all the plus frames you want. They're not that scary against Bryan, to be honest. Like, this move is not that good. Well, I mean, it is good. Don't get me wrong. This move is good. But the problem is this move doesn't, like, generate you all that much pressure. And that's why it's like, okay, like, yeah, you're gonna, what, down for me? Great. You know what I mean? Got a Lydia. First Lydia. We lapped her yesterday, or on Thursday, so 2 days ago. But we haven't actually practiced it in the lab. We just kind of know some of the moves, so we'll see. Loki Bear, thank you so much for the follow. So, in that situation, she's +5. There's not much you can do that beats everything, right? So you're just gonna have to, like, kind of guess. Okay. Oh, wow, I messed that up bad. But that's okay. There is an unblockable high. Let's check her reactions with these down fours. Does 2 of them, that's alright. Okay, that's fine. She seems, she's also sidestep left weak in the neutral, and then sidestep right weak against her stances specifically. Okay. That's a classic Lydia strat from Tekken 7. You just, like, back up a little bit and do that move. It's minus 13. Okay, I'm gonna do a orbital hatchet here. Okay. Okay, nice. She went for the tracking high, which is gonna stuff pretty much everything, so we have to duck under it. That is minus 13. Kind of did the swag version of the combo. But yeah, there should be an unblockable high. But the unblockable high comes when she's in heat. Okay, does the mid again. Nice. Not good for us, but that's okay. Alright, got that throw. I'm gonna do a down forward here and do another. Okay, nice. This could be good. Nice. Exactly. Lydia is kind of a very, she is definitely outrageous in Heat because of that, like, the infallible parry that parries everything. There's, like, nothing you can do against it. Oh, nice. Slow parry. Alright, she's in Heat now. Just, like, do that. Oh, she went for it. Okay. Oh, no, she's got a second hit to it. Right. So that punish has a second hit to it. Cool. Yeah, you can still throw it, but the problem is that she has moves that beat a throw as well. That move she's doing, even though it puts her in stance, we can launch it. And specifically, Bryan can launch it. Nice. I didn't mean to do that, but we'll take it. Nice. She was more dangerous for sure in Tekken 7, yes. Good side walks. Oh, wow. So that move right there, it's the double kicks. That one we can launch. We can launch with Jet Upper, I'm pretty sure. Okay. Got a throw. And we're dead. Good stuff. She got heavily nerfed in Tekken 8, that's for sure. Which is like, everyone was afraid of her being so strong, but she's actually fine. Yeah, exactly. But they might get us this time. Oh, why did I do that? Nice sidestep. But we can launch that, so if we do get a block, we'll go for it. Oh, I tried to sidestep and I died. Good stuff. Should've just taken it. Alright, good stuff from them. Let's see how we do on this one. We are learning some stuff, right? We are definitely learning some about this matchup. Oh no! Our Jet Upper was too fast. But basically, if you guess correctly the stance transition from her, you can do that, which is pretty great. I'm gonna go for this. Ooh, she continued walking. Nice. Cool. Cool. That Hell Sweep we could launch, but I haven't really found the window to do it. See, you have to duck that high. Wow. Interesting option. I actually didn't press, but I did back up and come back in. Oops. Good sidestep again. I'm gonna go for a throw here. Yeah, see, caught the side step. Look at how good throws are. They're unconventional, but they work really well. Wait, those stacks go into the next round? That's wild. No wonder she's good. Okay. It also makes more sense. Wait, maybe it doesn't work? Okay. I'm gonna go for this too. Wow, her side steps are so good. She seems to have really good movement. I'm not really sure, but it feels like she's able to get around my moves in a lot of these situations. Or maybe they just have good side steps. Did not mean to do that. It's okay. We lived. Let's back up here. Okay. More throws. So they're trying to chest our throws here, and that's okay. Oh, it doesn't work. Okay. Nice. Broke my my Mach Punch power up. Good block. Nice. They won that one. Good stuff. Good stuff to them. So, I think what we learned about Lydia here is that she still has, like, pretty good offense, right? Like, obviously, she locks you down for a really long time with a lot of these strings, but there are highs that are gaps that you can duck. That's what we blabbed out before. But in addition to that, there's nothing, like, all that scary. There's nothing all that scary that we're dealing with if we are just blocking, right? Like, there's a few lows, and yeah, she uses that to, like, try and open you up. But at the end of the day, there's not a whole lot of fear behind some of that defense. So I feel a little bit better about it than I did before. Heart Machine, thank you so much. Happy Saturday to you as well. We'll give them some space here. Okay. So part of what I'm doing is kind of paying attention to when these power crushes come out, because I'm trying to figure out where to do these normal throws, right? Because that is really good. I'm gonna go for this. Yep, he sidestepped. That's fine if they break the throw, by the way. Okay. Okay, nice. Like, I'm totally fine if they sidestep and they break the throw, because we're just trying to lock them down a little bit, right? Wow, very aggressive. But we kind of, that's a bit of a sign, right? I'm gonna stay on the ground then, because I'm kind of afraid. Taunt? No, stays on the ground and goes for the spring kick. So we can get him. I'm gonna do a jab here. Actually, no, I'm just gonna block because they showed us that last round. Nice stuff. Okay, forward, forward, forward. I tried to run up and throw. I don't think that was ill-advised, to be honest. Stay on the ground for a second. Again, going for the jabs there. Oh, it got me. He actually went for the same move, but I tried to sidestep because I thought maybe they would go for a toe kick this time. I was wrong. Okay. You'll notice that they kind of slow down and then just start doing moves like that, where it's like they're just like random. I'm just going to call it the random heat engager. Like, there's nothing wrong with it because it lands a lot, right? But that's the idea. Oh, okay. Yeah, they are a student of the spring kick, so we are going to try and reap those rewards. chilling here. Let him do another one. And they're going to press, so we're going to finish that string there. Okay. They've gifted us another one. Nice. But yeah, specifically at the wall, when you're taunting with Bryan, I think spring kicks is the most common thing you're going to see people trying to get out of it. At least what I'm seeing around where I play, right? And I think that's something to keep in mind, is like being able to block those spring kicks is going to give you so much mileage. Good punish. Nice low berry. Oh, they went for the power crush there. That's fine. Okay, another throw. I'm staying on the ground again because they're just kind of aggressive with that. Oh, that was a one throw. I broke two. I mean, it's good until it's bad, right? That's the issue with that move, is good until it's bad. They've done that on round 2 both games now. That's so interesting. Like, isn't it so interesting how, like, there's certain, like, sort of patterns to the way people play? And they're like macro patterns, almost. That was supposed to be a throw. I messed it up. That's alright. Good punish. Nice. Broke the throw immediately into that. I think that's actually a common Jin strategy because it will get over these random jabs and stuff people are doing. Okay. I tried to throw in the wrong spot. That's alright. We're kind of stress testing our throws still because I feel like they can be very good. Again, there's that side step that they do. Whoa, why did that catch me? That's unfortunate. Again, they're sidestepping again. Wow, that duck was intense. Nice. Fair enough. So they got game 2. That's totally fine. So what we're noticing, though, is that this is a similar style that we see a lot amongst Jins, which is like, I'm going to do a move, I'm going to do a move this plus or whatever, and then I'm going to duck. Or I'm going to do down back 2, I think is the input, the sweep, right? And the idea is that you're trying to keep up your pressure in the way that's hard for your opponents to keep up. See, it's like, oh, there, it's like, oh, this is going to get back in, and it's going to high crush. So it's a good move, right? Whoa. Got robbed. Again, see? Far away, goes for that. And that's fine. If we lose here, I expect him to go for the... Wow. Nice. I expect him to go for the reversal here on round 2. Let's see if I'm correct. Nope. Good stuff. Sure. Wow, that move tracks really weird. Messed up our jet upper. That's too bad, but it's okay. Just do a regular throw here. That's fine. Wow, okay. I see I tried to duck the low this time, and this time they went for the mid. I kind of respect that. That's fine. So, what we are doing, though, is we're going to cycle a little bit through our moves, give them more things to think about. And maybe that'll help us. You'll notice that I'm trying not to open myself up, though, to the reversal. Nice. I'm just going to end it like this so that they have something to think about. Nice. You're going to Japan for the LCQ? I'm actually leaving on Tuesday, Sikobi. Where are you going and when are you going? It's going to be super fun. There's that low again. Their favorite low. I'm actually just going to run up and do this. I want to make them think about it a bit. Nice, see? Nice! Oh my gosh, we got it. Woo! Going for a week? That's going to be awesome. That was close, y'all. That was real close. We were trying really hard. But that's awesome, Sikobi. I'm guessing it's in Tokyo, but in the past I've heard of them running events in Kyoto as well. It's in Shibuya, so in Tokyo. That's awesome. Shibuya is a cool area. I have not Heart Machine, though. Sikobi probably has. Yeah, maybe that's why. Yeah. Alright, they are really aggressive already. I did not expect that wall to be there. I'm going for it. Okay, I don't have the frames. I wanted to see. I'm going for wall carry. Okay. Very aggressive. That's fine. Nice. Okay. So they have a very... I've already noticed a very interesting style of play. So essentially they go full aggression with the hell sweeps. And then they go playing it kind of like Heihachi, to be honest. Kind of playing it like Heihachi with the double hell sweeps. And then they run away a lot. And I kind of like that. But you'll notice that we're just kind of like playing quickly, not really letting them breathe, because that's one of the best ways to beat this. Good punish. They're going for the jab after. And you'll notice down four is very good, because they are trying to get in, and we're just pushing them out of the range where it's good, right? Okay. Nice. We might get this. Good punish. Nice. Not bad, see? Sikobi, the biggest... What can I tell you about Japan that's useful? Get an IC card if you can. There's a Suica card in the Tokyo airport. Google the Welcome Suica card. I think it's got Hello Kitty on it. It's going to make your travel through trains and stuff so much easier, because you can just swipe the pass instead of having to like pay for a ticket every single time. Bring cash, because it's less of a deal in Tokyo, but there are going to be times where man, I'm autopiloting to this while we do this. But there are going to be times where credit card and stuff doesn't work, and, you know, going to 7-Eleven to use an ATM is not, like, super, it's not super convenient sometimes. Like, yes, it is. 7-Eleven is one of those things where they're everywhere until you need one, right? And then you're like, oh, I need one for my, for this purchase, and you're like, oh my god, it's like 5 blocks away or something, or 10 blocks away. What else can I tell you? If you're in a restaurant, ring the bell to order, because they will not come and ask you for your order. So ring the bell to order. Let me try and do this combo real quick. Messed it up. Nope. Oh, I did mess it up somehow. Okay, nice. I'm gonna go for a spring kick here. Oh, nice. It worked. So, just be polite though. Don't be a jerk. There will be signs telling you what to do. If you like anime, obviously go to Akihabara, but it is very tourist trappy. I do think that the tourist sentiment calms down a bit if... It does calm down a little bit if you, Oh my gosh, I'm dead. Nice. It does calm down a bit if you can, like, speak any Japanese. So just being like, sumimasen, arigato, arigato, you know, like, just your basic stuff will help you a lot. Alright, did not save that. That's okay. Nice. Good duck. I'm gonna go for it again. Yeah, okay. Just back up. Nice. We got him. Cool. Yeah, there are no bins or trash cans, so have a little like plastic bag with you to put your trash in. That's okay, yeah. Just come up with like learn the phrases of like one. Hitotsu is the counter for how many you want, so like maybe just up to 3, like hitotsu, futatsu, mitsu are your like, you know, and then kudasai at the end for you know, please, and then you can be like konnichiwa or konbanwa or like hello and good afternoon. What else is really easy? Kore is also this, so you can just point at things. All the menus have pictures on them. That makes them very easy to parse. Doria, exactly. Yeah, know how to say hanashi ni naranna, right? Yeah, exactly. Like Heart Machine's saying, like if you just know a little bit, they don't care. They got good English. Like they do get stressed out a little bit. Some people will get stressed out a little bit if they have to speak English, and you know, that sometimes comes up, but even then, just like be nice about it. And you may or may not, I don't know, Sikibi, like I don't know if English is your only language or if you also speak like Spanish or something, but just like if you got any experience with working in other languages, just like say things slower, you know, like simplify what you're saying in English and you can get by with English very well. Like just be like, I need to go to the station. Or where is the station? Instead of, so I was looking at my phone app over here and I kind of parsed through it and I wasn't able, you know, like if you do like really complicated English, that's going to be very hard for them to understand and that's like not very courteous, right?
Round 1.
Oh yeah, he says, ore wa, or whatever, heihachi michima ja. That's what he says in the, this is a bad connection. That's what he says in the trailer. It's super sick. And then he probably said United States of Smash, right? Because it's the same voice actor. Oh, it's so laggy. It's unplayable. Wow, I can't even do it with a mock kick. Alright, fair enough. Hold start to mark no contest. I think it's too late. I think it's too late, Sikavi. I wasn't paying attention and now it's just bad. Maybe he says onamae wa. Yeah, maybe he says that. Possibly as well, yeah. That would be, that's actually especially cool sounding in Japanese because it doesn't even use I. Onamae just says, like, honorous name, basically. O in front of anything makes it honor, like an honorific. but using it for yourself, for example, like a meme in anime is like if you add a sama to the end of a name, that's a very high praise. But I'm gonna lose this Xiaoyu, so I kind of like it's fine. So for example, though, if you do it in response to your own name, then it's not gonna work very well. It's gonna come off as extremely arrogant, right? Oh, we at least got that. So for example, if you say Ore-sama, that's like the most arrogant thing you can say, basically. It's like Ore-sama, because Ore is me, or I, and it's already a very masculine I, and if you put sama on the end, it's kind of like the honorable me, right? So anyway, I think saying Onamae, if you say Onamae instead, that's basically saying like honorable name, like sama, right? But in the third person addressing yourself, that's like one of the most like pompous anime ways of saying your name, basically. So that's totally believable, right? Okay, sure. Because Heart Machine, my headcanon is Tekken lives in a land where languages don't matter anymore. It was at the bottom of my screen the entire match. Dang. I just am blind. These throws are good. Oh, I'm gonna die. That's probably true, Sikabi. This still doesn't beat it. It's so fast. It's so fast. All right. Yeah, we're not gonna continue to. It's like 10 frames or something. No snake edge. It would have beaten us. It would have beaten us. That's the wild part. Okay, I'm sorry. I know it looks bad to leave, but it is. I don't like the connection. SSJ Curie. Thank you so much for the follow. Yeah, exactly. It's like, or like, what's another one? Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Everyone has a babblefish in their ear and they just understand each other. It's less than 10 frames? Oh, but if you just hold back, if you don't press anything, all of a sudden it whiffs, right? It's like one of those things. Tekken got supreme with the name Fight Back on the Law. This is like the pinnacle of law, and we're about to try and take it from them. Okay. I wanted to duck. Ooh, okay. Nice stuff. Alright. Faking the slide. That's pretty good. They're here for a lunch, but that's okay. He plays Bryan and Paul too. Okay. More down forwards will help us a little bit, but you can tell that they're very aggressive, and that's fine. I tried to step around it. Nice. Good awareness. I went for that because I thought maybe he'd go for like a slide or something. I'm actually gonna run here and back up a bit. Okay. Alright, cool. Got one round. They're kind of, I think they're playing with us, but they're also trying to get a, like, read up our tendencies while we do nothing. Like, not while they do nothing. While we attack, they're kind of figuring out what our attack patterns are to begin with. I'm gonna go for a down 4 this time. Okay, and they went for the same reversal move. So what I'm gonna do this time, I'm gonna slow down a bit. You notice that they slowed down a bit as well. Are you still there, friend? You are. Nice. I did a back one as well, which got me beat. I don't know if this is gonna kill, but at least it's gonna save me some time. I think I could have done heat smash there, or heat activation probably to save the combo. Now we have to deal with this. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. I'm just gonna use this. Wow. Oh, you beat the final boss? That's awesome. I have not been playing... I didn't even finish the original Elden Ring. I'm going to be super honest with you. Open worlds just don't work for me because I get bored. My ADHD takes over and I just cannot continue to, like, want to play. Nice. Good punish. Alright, good stuff. I'm gonna let him attack this round. If you wanted to. Good punish. Nice. So he does seem to want to press specifically on dowback 3. Oops. Wow, we mashed the hell out of it. Down 4-2 every single time. We demoted them. Yeah, exactly. So it is very good. I think it's a very good game. It's just one of those games where it's like I couldn't play to the end because I made it. So my I like to play greatswords, and basically I was like, I'm gonna cosplay Radon. I'm gonna get all the Radon gear. I'm gonna be wielding dual greatswords. It's gonna be the most sick thing you've ever seen, and then I'm going to have fun basically. Instead, I found all of the pieces. I was cosplaying Radon, and I lasted for probably 3 hours before I was like, I have nothing left to do. I have no more objectives, and I stopped. Nice stuff. Nice. Ate my backdash there. I ate my backdash there and wasn't able to get enough distance that I wanted. Nice. Does this kill? Bryan's such a trash character. He's so good. Heated Tone, how's it going? Good to see you, man. Bit aggressive there, to be honest. I'm still trying to, like, use these down 4s to just kind of, like, stress him out and make him feel, like, kind of bad for just standing there. There's the first slide of the match. And they're not going to do another one. I just don't believe... Oh, okay, that's fair, because we whiffed. We whiffed a move. I don't think they would have done it otherwise. Oh, which character were you, Billy? Were you the Jin, or were you somewhere else? Alright, see, they're playing this outbox style. I like this. So basically, they're trying to get a whiff and then back up. Like, back up to get that whiff and then catch us, right? And that's fine. I like this. They are playing with us, but that's fine. I'm going to do this and back up. Oh, it still caught us. That's fine. That's fine. He's about to redeem the 1v1. Alright. You notice that, I mean, I think this partially because I get the feeling they're playing with us. I can't tell if it's a strategic playing with us or a BM playing with us. It doesn't really matter. Oops. Nice. So they did that after our jab. Just trying to catch these steps that are coming in. I do need to throw a throw every now and then. Ooh, see? Because that's going to catch the power crushes and going to catch the side steps. I don't know why the game's getting crunchy all of a sudden, though. I'm going to go for it again. See? It catches them. Like, yeah, they can break it, but that's fine. Like, we don't mind that. I'll just stand it and take it. Alright, this is not good. Nice. All good. All good, Tone. We've actually only got about 4 minutes left. Oh, we're dead. I'm getting a little bit antsy now. So you'll notice that he saw our wake up orbitals in the first game. Nice low parry. I wonder if he meant to do that or if he was trying to do a down 4-2 or something. Because they have been doing a lot of down 4-2s and not just like going for a low parry. Alright. But I can feel that they're not messing around anymore, which is fine. Okay. Okay. Nice. See, we're still using these throws to lock him down a bit. Nice. Thanks, RTs. We did make Tekken King. Good punish. I'm gonna kind of give him some space. I think I can do this to get to the wall. Nice, we got him. Alright, we're down to the final round. Let's see what we can do. I don't feel a panic orbital is really like necessary because see, they chilled out as well. I don't know where the wall is on this stage yet. Good side step. We could potentially get it from this. Oh, not if we mess it up. Nice, we won. We beat him in a best of 3. Sick. SSJ Curie, that's awesome. I'm really glad. Wimbledon, I don't know. Like, I feel like...
Get ready for the next battle.
Thanks, y'all. I don't know. I think it's just we've landed on some better strategies. So, definitely one of the game changers has been the normal throw tech from Jimmy. Jimmy has gifted us a normal throw tech from his Evo games. I think that has been amazing because, like, you know, you can use this in these plus situations to track both track side steps because these moves have not been made linear now. It's only this one is linear. And then you also, I think that's helped us. That, like, honestly, normal throw just helps us, like, get people off of us. And then on top of that, the 2+4 throw resets the match to be further apart, and I really like that. That being said, though, this is going to be our last match. We are near that time of the stream, but it's been fun figuring this out. Yeah, exactly, Wimbledon. I didn't mean to do that. It makes me look like a genius, but that was a flubbed quarter circle back one. Thought that would wall splat. It's fine. Kind of let him do his thing. Okay, they're rather conservative there. I kind of wonder if they will change their stance later. Not yet. Wait, this person plays Dragunov usually, I think, based off the name. I've played them before, definitely on the Dragunov. Just trying to do some tracking here. Good punish. Okay, so here's the aggression. They're coming in, right? But so far, we're just kind of like very slowly executing what we're doing. Not trying too hard to do anything. Okay, nice. I've ducked. Sure. I'm going to go for this. Okay, I was going to say, I'm going to go for the throw tech there. But actually, I think normal throw would have been better because it's going to catch that shoulder. Sure. Same thing as before. I'm just going to do this. There's that, potentially that shoulder. It was not to be. Nice. Nice, they gave us a gift. I think I can just do the regular one here. Yeah, nice. But, like, I do think that, like, as far as improving is concerned, like, if you watched my stream 3 months ago, 4 months ago, No Pain would tell me all the time, like, that move is a high ender, and it just like keeps telling me, and eventually I saw it, eventually I practiced it a little bit, and now it comes out without us having to think about it as much. There is a mid ender, but like, you don't even need to think about it, because, you know, what are the chances, right? Again, we're doing these throws to try and like kind of discourage interaction a bit, and that's fine. Okay. Again, they do it. So they really are a fan of this. Oh, okay. They really are a fan of that shoulder. We do know there is a mid option, so we just blocked that time to see if they would show it to us. Right? It's like, this is like the typical level 1 that you can do against people. Okay. Oh, nice. Nice punish. Nice. I tried to do something different, but they used the same move and were able to get a launcher, which is fine. To be honest, I didn't know it would do that. But this is totally fine. So what we will do now is to do the jab here. Okay, they led with shoulder again. See if they do it. Launch. See? Don't let him get away with it. Oh my gosh. Playing sloppy, but that's alright. Yeah, RTs, you got it. Basically, Lydia's frames are okay for the... There's two big things. The main one is she is sidestep left, weak, and neutral. But she's sidestep right weak against her in her stances. So practicing sidestepping right against the move she uses to enter those stances. Oh, we might be dead here. But yeah, we're not dead, but he's gonna beat us out. So that's the first one. In heat, she's absurd because now she can just counter anything you do. So you just have to take the mix-up when she's in heat or when she hits you, because we're talking frame differences of like I'm gonna go for this. 1 second. I'm gonna go for this. What? That beat my jab? Unreal. But, basically, sometimes she's like -3 or -5 if it's on block, right? But then if it's on hit, we're talking like -15. Okay, they're playing more aggressively now. You see, they've changed their gears a little bit. Right, we can't do anything about that if we tech roll. So we got caught there. Nice. Good stuff. I tried to wall standing 3 afterwards, and I lost. That 4-4-2 miss was unfortunate, but also just the jab miss was really unfortunate. The fact that the can-cans, or the shredders, that's what they're called, shredder kicks, crushing the jab was probably the most unfortunate thing to happen there. But that's alright. So basically, you can try and mash against her when it's on block into those transitions, with the exception of maybe 4-4-2. But even then, you should do it sometimes. And then if she gets a hit, you're kind of in trouble. You're just going to have to deal with it. Okay. Nice. You'll notice, though, that this Paul, in a lot of Pauls, like, not to overgeneralize, right? But a lot of Pauls will kind of... Oops. That's an option select, I'm pretty sure. But a lot of Pauls will try to press these panic buttons to keep you off of them. So playing in a measured way is going to give you a lot of success. That's unreal. Nice. But I think actually using normal throw is a pretty cool way to keep up our offense, because it beats out both their power crushes and their sidestep of that move. So kind of like forcing the situation a little bit. See? Oh, nice. Went for a throw immediately after. I like that. Oh, tried to go over it. Did not work. That's alright. I sense a Hell Sweep in my future. Now I'm in trouble. So that Ender I do not react with correctly. We just need to stay on the ground, if I remember correctly. Nice. Ooh, I pressed a button, I think. That's fine. I'm gonna go for this and let them do whatever. And then punish them. Nice. Oh, you hold back to tech it, but then you just have to press. Oh, because I'm freezing up and just taking it because I think there's nothing I can do. So I can actually just hold back and 1-2-1 or 1-2 it. Got it. That's what I was doing wrong. It's not even the whole tech versus not tech. Got it. Cool, thanks, No Pain. That's actually easier, because then I can hold back, and if I see it, I can react. Good stuff. Well, hey, good games to them. As you'll notice, taunts don't come up a whole lot, right? Taunts are one of those things where if you're playing correctly and you're exercising your game plan, you don't get them all that often. I think if you go back on this video and you count the number of taunts that I had, and then the taunts that I landed, it's going to be very low. We're probably landed like, I don't know, 4 taunt back 4s in 2 hours, and then we, flubbed probably 6. The thing is, right, it's still important to have in your game, and there are ways to practice it, right? So use the metronome trick if you want, as well as finding the correct BPM of music if you want, of 128 if you want to practice taunt back 4, which will be essentially the character select music, and then 120 BPM music is really easy to find. You just Google anything that's 120 BPM music, and you'll be good. With that being said, though, just practice it on the side. It's going to take a long time to work into your game, but there are so many other ways to win with this character. It's just a compliment to the character. It's not the end-all, be-all of this character. Don't believe, the main man had a very flattering video about Bryan, of how Bryan is a character that plays really good keep out, and then when people stop being able to play with the keep out, you switch to stop playing into the keep out, you switch into taunt in order to break their guard because he's lacking those offensive tools. I'm just going to be outright with it. I think it's kind of mistaken, in the sense that down fours and down back 3s are a very good way to press your offense in a way that is still safe and gets them to go back into the Bryan keep out situation. So, just keep that in mind, that taunt is not what's gating you from being a good player. It is something at the very end of the road. That's something that you can do once you have mastered everything else about the character. But since it takes so much time to master the taunt, you could just start now and start working it into your game with simpler stuff like taunt 1-4s and stuff like that. So, that being said, so Artis is saying if I get caught by that Paul setup, the unblockable overhead setup, and it's at the wall, the off-axis can cause my jabs to whiff. Well, good to know. I'll try and remember, but I'll probably start by just, challenging it always and just go from there, because I'm getting hit anyway, right? Nothing else we can do. So anyway, with that being said, though, thank you everyone for hanging out with me today. Let's go ahead and do our YouTube sign-off. If you're coming from YouTube, be sure and like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Really helps us grow our realize seeing new people show up. And if you ever want to watch it live, it's going to be at twitch.tv/VonTiban. That's VonTiban. We stream Tekken Bryan on Saturdays and Sundays, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. Central Time, so come check it out there. As well as our makeup streams will happen on Wednesday evenings, 8:45 p.m. to 10:45 p.m. Central Time. And our labbing sessions are going to be on Thursday evenings, 8:45 p.m. to 10:45 p.m. Central Time. All of this is in your YouTube description down below if you didn't catch that, as well as a link to our Discord if you'd like to join our family. And with that being said, thank you so much as always for the support. I appreciate each and every one of you, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye for now.